Good morning, children. So, we are at the last chapter of your MCB, and I'm sure we must end whatever it is with a bang. So, I brought you the most interesting story of your book. I was keeping it for the last, and you're going to enjoy it. Definitely, all the stories were good, but this is really nice with a moral and with humor. You're going to laugh. Now, have you all heard that story? The woodcutter and the fairy, where the woodcutter drops his axe in the water, then fairy comes out with a iron axe, then the silver axe, and then the gold axe. Like first gold, then silver, and then iron. But the woodcutter was very honest. He kept refusing gold axe. He said, "No, no, no, this is not mine." Then fairy came with the silver. He said, "No, this is not mine." Then fairy came with the steel. So he said, yeah, this is actually mine. So the fairy was so happy with his honesty that she gave him all the three axes. He sold the gold and silver and he became very rich. Though he was very poor, but then he became very rich. ऐसा बहुत होता है ना when we hear the stories about people's honesty or kindness or love. Like they love somebody, they are helpful to someone, and then they are blessed by God rewards them with something very good. So this story, ये जो हमारी story है ना, this is also something like this. I'll not read every line because it is in a drama form, but chalo, I'll read even. You'll enjoy it. There's a visitor. I see any person who has gone to the beaches to see the waters, and he says, I'm standing on a sandy beach. In front of me is the big blue ocean which stretches up to the sky. Means waves moving up and down, and there is a broken down hut. I wonder if anyone lives in it. And at the beach there was a broken down hut, very miserable condition mein, and he thought, pata nahi if anybody lives here or not in such a bad condition hut ka. Just then the door of the hut opens. A fisherman comes out. He's carrying a fishing net. He walks up to the visitor. You know, fishermen, they carry a lot of fish and then they can sell them and earn money for their living. ये भी एक job है. This is a profession, catching fish. And then they get money. But for that, they have to get like good amount of fish every day so that they can earn money. Now, when this fisherman comes out, the visitor says, Good morning. Are you going to be lucky today? Fisherman, oh my God, he threw his net in the water and he says, I hope so. I haven't caught a fish for weeks. For so many days, I have not got any fish. Now, let's see. Because he had children, he had his wife, he wanted money every day, but for a lot of days, he had not been able to catch any fish, and they all were going hungry. He pulls back the net which he had thrown in the water, and what he sees, oh, only mud, mud, mud. He says, that's all I get. Visitor says, try again. Like whenever you are a failure, you must try again. So fisherman says, yes, I suppose I should. And he throws the net again into the waves. You live alone here? No, my wife is in the hut and she's very angry because I have not caught any fish. Now let's see. And he pulls his net back and he's telling his story, like his about his life to the visitor, that his wife has been very angry with him because he had not caught any fish, and children and they wanted to eat. They were going hungry. Fisherman says, oh, it's heavy. I suppose the fish is there. But then what he sees? Only seaweeds, seaweeds and seaweeds. Seaweeds, you know, algae hote na, which grows on water, like wet places पे it grows. So that is seaweed. ऐसे plants ही होते हैं वैसे वो. So only they were there in the net. Visitor, Why don't you try again? You may be lucky this time. Fisherman गुस्सा तो बहुत आ रहा था उसको, but still he said, I'll never get any fish if you stand here talking. You're frightening the fish away. वो वैसे भी उसको fish catch नहीं हो रहा था. But that day he took out his anger on the visitor and he said, because you're standing here and talking, I'm not able to catch the fish. Visitor, I'm sorry, I'll go. And he goes off. Fisherman throws the net into the waves. Again, third time. Third time, lucky, let me be me. कहते ना third time is the luckiest, like it's the luckiest to do the things for 3 times. So third time when he threw the net, he said, this time it must be lucky. But still nothing. Wait, here's something, a fish. And he's so happy, I've caught a fish. It's a goldfish. He picks up the fish by the tail. We can't eat you, but you're pretty. He says, I can't eat you, goldfish. How will I eat you? But you're very pretty, very beautiful it was looking. We can put you in a bowl and watch you swim. Maybe that will make my wife happy. As it is, wife was angry, they were not able to, he was not able to catch any fish and not getting anything to eat. So he said, you're very pretty to look at. I'll put you in the bowl and sajao it at my home. My wife will feel happy. Goldfish says, oh, great fisherman, I am in your power. But if you let me go, whatever you wish, within the hour, I'll make it so. Now this goldfish has magic powers. She says, I'm in your power, like I'm under you, you're holding me. But if you leave me in 1 hour's time, whatever you desire, whatever you wish for, I'll bring it. I'll bring that for you. Fisherman gets afraid. A talking fish? What a wonder of the world! Never seen a fish who talks. I've never seen. But I would better let you go as I have had enough bad luck already. He says, ये तो talking fish है, कोई magic कर देगी मेरे ऊपर. As it is, my luck is very bad these days. He says, I must let you go. Otherwise, you'll do some black magic, and as it is, I'm suffering, I'll suffer even more. And he throws the goldfish back into the sea. The door of the broken down hut opens and the fisherman's wife comes out. She just that time the wife comes out of the hut and she says, have you caught any fish? You will never believe this, fisherman says. Wife says, what will I not believe? Fisherman, I caught a goldfish. And he was a talking fish. Wife says, and? Fisherman told her, he asked me to make a wish. Wife ne bola, so? Fisherman, I threw him back into the sea. Wife says, what? I don't believe this. She was so annoyed with her husband. The one chance you had to get something and you threw it away. How stupid you are. You could have asked the goldfish to give us anything. We are so poor. My fisherman says, but he was a magic fish. I was afraid. Wife, afraid? Be afraid. Call that fish back and say, you want a wish. Tell him I need a new cooking pot. And don't come home till you get it. Why a cooking pot? So that they could cook anything in it. They didn't have to buy, they didn't have to bother about it. They just had to wish in the cooking pot and the food would have been there. Ab koi hungry hoga, the first wish would be food. So this is what the wife did. And she told him not to come back to hut until he had done this. The fisherman faces the waves who murmur gently. Now waves are singing. We rise and fall, we rise and fall. We are the waves of the sea. We see it all, and we know just what will be. Fisherman, little fish, in the depths of the sea, my wife wants a wish. Will you grant it to me? The goldfish appears in the middle of the waves. And fish के life save कर दी थी ना fisherman ने. So fish came to him and said, air, sand, water, fire, What does your wife desire? Oh, little fish, believe it or not, my dear wife wants a cooking pot. Fish, so may it be. Now go and see. You go home and see. There you'll find a magic cooking pot. The fish goes and the waves come together with a loud clap. The wife comes running out of the hut. She had found that. We have got the pot. Fisherman says, now I hope you are happy. I'll go and thank the fish. Wife, thank him? What for? It's an empty pot. We have no food. And look at this miserable hut. You gave the goldfish back his life. Make a big wish for us. She said, Potty to diya. There's no food in it. And look at our hut, so broken and so miserable it is. Go and make a big wish. Ask for something big. Fisherman, oh, very well. Let's see what I can do. Waves are again singing. We rise and fall, we rise and fall. We are the waves of the sea. We see it all, and we know just what will be. Waves are singing. We know what is going to happen. What will it be? Fisherman, little fish, in the depths of the sea, I have come to make a wish. Will you grant it to me? Fish appears. Air, sand, water, fire. What is it that you desire? Fisherman, we want a big house and plenty to eat and lots of servants and shoes on our feet. They were so poor they did not even have a single pair of shoes. So he asked for pair of shoes also. Fish, so may it be. Now go and see. The fish goes and the waves come together with a loud clap. There is a loud rumbling sound and the broken down hut disappears. Grrr happens and the hut disappears. The fisherman and his wife are inside the big house. And where does the fisherman find himself? Inside a big house with his wife. A servant opens the door and bows as they come in. Now he had asked for servants, he had asked for a big house, and everything is there, and a lot of food. Food is also there. One servant follows them around, fanning them. Fanning means you fan hota na fan. So he was fanning them. One servant on each side walks with them as they help themselves to fruits and nuts. And they are eating fruits and nuts. They are not eating chapatis like you and me. Rice or chapati or dal. They are eating fruits and nuts only. Because now that they have become very rich. Two servants run forward with a chair each for the couple. Two servants are carrying chairs for them so that wherever fisherman and his wife go, they can put the chair and they can sit. When the fisherman and his wife are seated, the wife waves her hand and all the servants leave and they bow and leave. Now wife has to become like a queen. Are you happy now? Wife says, I don't know. We have a big house, theek hai. We have plenty to eat, theek hai. We have so many servants, fine. But this is not enough. Remember, you gave the goldfish his life. I want something really big in return. Oh my God, this wife is so greedy. I hope she doesn't invite any trouble for herself. Fisherman says, what more do you want? You have lovely clothes to wear. You have so much jewelry to wear. You have a big house to live in. You have so many servants to take care of you, to work for you. Wife says, ये तो मेरे पे छोड़ दो. What more I want? Take me to the fish tomorrow and let me make a wish. तुमको तो कुछ नहीं आता. I'll ask the fish for something nice. The fisherman and his wife are standing near the waves which chant angrily. He comes again to the waves. Now waves are angry. They were always very sweet, but this time they are angry. Okay, every time he comes and asks, we rise and fall, we rise and fall. We are the waves of the sea. We see it all, and we know just what will be. Now fisherman sadly says, little fish, in the depths of the sea. My wife is here to make a wish. Can she, in place of me, instead of me, can she make a wish? Because he did not even know what to ask for. Air, sand, water, fire. What is her desire? The fish comes and says, what's her desire now? Wife says, I want to be queen of a sky, land, and sea. I want to control the entire universe, sky, land, and sea. And I want you, little fish, to work for me. Oh my God! She told the fish to work for her. Fish was, oh my God, such a magic fish it was. Goldfish, the queen of the water. The fish moves away and the waves come together with a great clap. Now, what do you think will happen? Now, the wife acted so greedy and so harsh. She wanted the goldfish to work for her. Yes, you are thinking correct, some of you. Just there are terrible sounds of thunder and shouting and howling. The fisherman and his wife run away. Water rises up and down, and they are scared and they run away. The old broken down hut is seen where it used to be, and when they run back to their house, the new house had just disappeared. In place of it had come back the old broken down hut. Visitor, remember the first person visitor on the beach? We had a bad storm last night. Oh, look, the broken down hut is back. ये जो पहले एक हट होता था, then it disappeared, now it has come back. I thought it had gone. मेरे को तो लगा it will now not come back. It had gone means it had broken and washed away in the water. What happened to the big house that was there yesterday? And till yesterday there was a big house here. Where has it gone? The fisherman and his wife come out of the hut together carrying a fishing net. There's the fisherman and his wife. I'll ask them what happened. The visitor is thinking to ask the fisherman and his wife, what happened to that big house and what happened when this big bad storm came? उसको क्या पता? Fisherman की the whole life was changed back to misery. So children, what do we learn here? We should never be greedy. We should be happy with whatever we have, and we should never be greedy. अब goldfish ने gave them a cooking pot, gave them a big house, gave them jewelry, gave them servants. But wife की तो greed was not coming to an end. She said, I want goldfish to work for me. Okay, goldfish angry. She got angry and she took back what all she had given them. They lost everything to their greed. Nice story, na? I really found it very nice. So you just enjoyed the story. Read the chapter on your own. There were hardly any difficult words. I've just sent you 4-5 words in the practice sheet. Read them nicely. Do them if you feel like in your notebooks, and read the chapter very nicely. Okay, this is very important. Bye.